Welcome from Munich with the Samsung NX300 camera, which is a smart camera actually here that we got from Samsung since we are in the image logger program actually here, which is a program where we will shoot each week 5 pictures with this camera to show you guys how good the quality maybe is. This has, as you can see here inside the box, a 18-55mm lens actually with an eye function and optical image stabilization, and we won't have the black one actually here inside the box but a white one, and also Adobe Photoshop Lightroom is also included here with the camera. Technical details are quite easy. They're right here on the side of the box. A 20.3 megapixel sensor inside. Full HD videos are of course possible. We have Wi-Fi built in with dual band, so it's a 5 GHz Wi-Fi, but also NFC to easily connect, for example, with your Samsung Galaxy S4 or other devices. We have hybrid autofocus, which is also again quite great. 1 to 600 second shutter speed, 84mm AMOLED tilt and touch display, which is I think about 3 inches. Then we have eye function, as I already said before, and you can also shoot 3D movies here with the NX lens, which is only one lens in the front, but also there's a display inside, so you can shoot actually real 3D pictures. And as I said, it's the white version. It says it right here on the side, and you can also see on this side again we have the camera and the lens of course inside the box, and on the back we have a lot of Chinese actually, or actually Korean I would say, that tells us what again the technical details are, but I of course cannot understand it much. But for example, Full HD is possible with 60 pictures per second at H.264 decoding. So let's just unbox the device, and we will also compare it with the Panasonic GH2 that I was using till now, since it has similar features, but some are better, some are not so good. So let's see what we have here inside this little smart camera box. For example, first is of course something to read, which is just a manual I think, and there is some there's also a CD inside here. This CD has the iLauncher, PC, auto backup, user manual, and so on inside. And it doesn't say anything about Adobe, but I guess we have a code here inside for a free version of the Lightroom. So when I go here further into the unboxing, you can see that we have this nice little lens cap, which is helpful if the sun is shining and you don't want the sun to shine directly into your lens. This is of course what that is for, but professional photographers will know that. Then we have the lens itself right away here, the 18-55mm here, which has a manual manual zoom. I think it's a 3x optical zoom if you convert it, and of course you have the manual focus if you want it. It says it here on the side, AF and MF, where you can switch right now here easily. Let's leave it at autofocus, and we have an eye function button, and that's actually it. Then we have the camera itself here on the left. Let's see, as I said, the white lens cap here. We have NFC as it says on the side. There's the speaker. Here are the little spaces where you can put it around your neck. We have a leather feeling on the front. I'm quite interested to see if this is real leather actually. And then on the top we have 2 microphones, for example here. You can take off this cover here, and then you can see that we can put something on top, for example a microphone or anything like that, but there's actually no optical optical lens where you can look through. You can only use the display to see the picture that you're shooting. Then we have a direct link Wi-Fi button. This seems like zoom, but it's not actually zoom, even though it has a little, it has actually all the functionalities of a zoom here. Then we have here the shutter button, of course, which is at the same time the on and off switch, and the different functionalities here to browse through. It feels quite nice here, and you can also do it here just from the side. You don't have to actually look at it. Let's just leave it at auto. Then we have a lot of buttons here on the back. Of course also a video button, and what's quite great about the camera is that you can charge it via micro USB right here, and then we have micro HDMI also, so it's a little bit like with your smartphone. You don't need an extra adapter anymore. You can just charge everything with one adapter, which is quite nice. We have here on the bottom the place where you want to put in your SD card, and the battery of course, nothing else. And there is here the space where you can put it on a tripod, for example. And then we have the tilt display, which you can open up 90 degrees like this, so you can look at it from the top when you do a low well, low ground shoot, for example, you can just leave it out like this, and you can tilt it to the bottom also, but it's actually the maximum that you want to or can tilt it down to, which is maybe enough for concerts or anything like that, where you have it up high in the air. But otherwise, I think it would be nice to really have a display like, for example, with the ZR1000 Casio, where you can completely flip it to the top, so I can see myself, for example, shooting this video like I'm doing it right now with the Panasonic GH3. So I already mentioned the dual stereo microphone or dual microphone here on top, but there's actually no microphone in, which is quite, well, not that great for me, but otherwise cool camera with Wi-Fi, of course, also integrated. That's why we have the NFC. Inside the box then we have, of course, here this little strap, which is nice to put it around your neck. Actually everything is white in the box, since we have the white version. Then we have here the micro USB cable for charging. I even got an SD card actually here inside the box, an 8 gig micro SD with an adapter to the Samsung or the standard SD size. Let me just leave it in here, otherwise I will lose it. Then what's actually also quite interesting, and I haven't seen before with the Samsung cameras, is that there was not enough space for the flash, so they give you an extra flash here which you can open up like this and put actually on the top. I will show you that in a second how that looks like, but what we need first is, of course, the battery. The battery has 1130 milliamps and converts to 8.58 watt hours, which is totally fine for DSLR. I will see how many videos and photos I can shoot. Let me just put it inside here, the camera, and then we will try it out in just a second, the touchscreen, and maybe shoot some pictures already here from the my nice little garden. And then, of course, standard USB charger, which we have already seen with smartphones in a bunch. It gives out 1 amp at 5 volts. So let's just put here this thing on top. So we have also flash. I mean, I don't need it right now, but just to show you how the flash looks like. You can, of course, also lock it by rotating this here on the bottom, but this is how the flash would look like here on top of the white camera. You can just open it up like this on the front to put on the lens. When you put on the lens, you just have to check out where the red dot is right here and where the red dot is on the device itself, and then put them over each other and twist it to the right. Like that, and then you have the numbers, the 1855 OIS, right here on the top of the device, and you can just really easily zoom in, zoom out, and use the device with manual and autofocus and so on. So let me just take off the lens cap. You can see we have a quite big lens on here, and if I switch on the device by just flipping it to the right, you can see right away we have the smart auto here, and I can quite easily shoot quite fast actually also here pictures, and it would of course save them also if I would have an SD card inside. And of course, as I showed before, I can just really flip it and could do pictures of the sky just by lying around maybe. And we have, of course, a touchscreen, so you can choose here, for example, the menu, and you have all kinds of features here inside the camera, which I will of course show you in a full review soon. And as I said, I will be using this also for a while, but right now I want to actually show you a little bit of a comparison with a device called the GH2 by Panasonic. Price-wise, now it's, I think, about the same, but you can see that the NX300 is smaller, but has Wi-Fi inside, which the GH2 does not have. But you have actually here a totally rotatable display, which you see with most cameras, and there's also an optical viewfinder on here, and also we have a microphone. So that's why I bought that one actually, but let's see how the NX300 turns out to be. And just in comparison to a regular camera like a Canon SX210, this is a PowerShot camera in size. You can see that the NX300 is not that much bigger, but of course here the lenses are the things that will make it bigger and heavier than a regular size camera, as you can see here. Otherwise the body is not that much bigger, except for the part where the battery is. So thank you very much for watching. This was the short hands-on and unboxing here with the brand new Samsung NX300 camera. Thank you much for tuning in here with Endeavor TV. Don't forget to subscribe, and till next time, please tune in again.